The Bend City Council recently approved the Urban Growth Boundary Expansion Plan, and it'll soon be submitted to the state. Here's a few of the highlights of how Bend is planning for the city's growth.
The City of Bend has been working on the UGB project for over 10 years. We worked with 3 different advisory committees and a steering committee over the last 2 years. The city is adopting that plan now, and we're going to forward this plan to the state for their approval. I think the plan is a great plan, first and foremost, because it really involved the community in answering some really tough questions about how to grow, where to grow, and we really paid attention to state law, involved the community, and involved a fantastic team, and tried to include as many people throughout the process as possible.
We started all the way back in 2006. Of course, our first effort was turned down by the state. So the second time around, we started in earnest in 2013. The main thing we did was to make sure that we would follow state law to the letter. And that state law, Oregon land use law, demands urbanization as a city grows. In other words, we can't sprawl out in every direction. We have to have more density within the core of the city before we're allowed to expand the boundary.
The public input has taken a wide variety of forms. So we've used advisory committees, we've used online surveys, we've had public meetings, we've had workshops, and bringing all of these together over the last 3 years.
I think we've got it right in terms of we're building a lot more apartment buildings, which people want and need. We have to make housing more affordable. We're making our community more walkable. We're redeveloping huge parts of the city on the west side and in the central parts of the city, which really need to be redeveloped. And so overall, I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. We're doing what's required of us by state law, and I think it's going to be a better city as a result.
So the city looked at a wide variety of ways to expand. Looked at large expansion in some areas, small in others. We created scenarios, we evaluated them. The best performing and the one that received the most community support are small expansions in a variety of areas around the city, north, south, east, and west. The city is adding 2,380 acres in this present UGB expansion. And north off Cooley Road, the UGB expansion will add 188 acres for employment, commercial, and residential development between highways 20 and 97. To the west along Skyliners Road are 344 acres of lower density residential housing that borders national forest land. In the south, just off China Hat and Knott Roads, are 222 acres that will create opportunities for new commercial, employment, and residential development. And finally, to the southeast beyond 27th Street bordering Stevens Road are 362 acres for residential, commercial, industrial park, and school uses.
I think people do understand the plan. I think they do see the vision that we've created for our future. I think one misconception is among many people that we can somehow stop Bend from growing. That's against the law. We can't stop the city from growing. That's just not possible here. But we have to accept the city is going to grow, and we have chosen probably the best path for moving forward that meets Oregon law.